Greetings, everyone. Can you hear me? Excellent. Welcome to our garlic planting learn shop. I am so excited. Hey, Nzinga. So today we are going to learn how to plant garlic. We're also going to learn some African facts, historical facts about garlic, as well as the medicinal properties of garlic. So, my name is Mama Hanifa Ajuman. I am the coordinator of our Food Warriors Youth Development Program. And as in each of my learn shops, I have encouraged those of you who are participating in the learn shop and are interested in becoming a part of our Food Warriors Youth Development Program to please just drop me an email and I can tell you how we can make that happen. Our Food Warriors program is a program that teaches young people primarily between the ages of 5 and 12 urban agriculture. The children learn how to plant. They learn how to prepare the foods that they're growing in their raised bed gardens. And more importantly, the children learn that agriculture is a part of our heritage, a part of our traditions that we should be proud of and not something for us to that we should shy away from. So again, welcome, welcome, welcome. So the first thing, those of you who picked up your kit, you should have received a 6-inch pot, terracotta pot. First thing I want you to do is take that label off the bottom because that label is covering up your drainage hole, and you definitely want that. You don't want that obstructed because this will allow the water to drain out of the pot when you water your garlic plant so that it doesn't cause the roots to rot. Okay, so if you haven't done that, pull that label off of your pot. You receive some organic all purpose soil, okay? And you received a garlic clove. Now, this is a clove, it's a nice size clove. This is actually garlic that was planted in our Food Warriors garden, okay? This is a clove and this is a bulb. You see how nice and large these bulbs are? So you get anywhere between 4, 6, and sometimes even 8 cloves from one garlic bulb. Okay. And you can kind of see we have one here from the indentations. We've got 1 and 2, 3, 4. Looks like 5 on this clove. I'm sorry, on this bulb. And what you want to do is, I have a little saucer, planter saucer that I will put my um, planter on once I have planted my garlic clove. If you don't have one of these, because these were not included in your packet, but if you don't have one of these at home, ask mom if you could borrow a saucer, okay? But you want to make sure you put something under your planter to catch the water as it drains through, because you're going to have your garlic in the house and you want to make sure that you don't get water stains on the windowsill. Okay, very good. So, first thing, garlic is one of the oldest mm, cultivated plants in the world. Garlic has been cultivated, and cultivate simply means grown by people. As opposed to just growing in the wild or growing naturally on its own. Garlic has been cultivated for over 5,000 years. I'm going to show you a picture, and I want you to tell me if you know who this is. Anybody know who this is? Does this picture look familiar? That is a picture of King Tutankhamun, also known as King Tut. And so the question you might ask is, Mama Hanifa, we're getting ready to plant garlic. Why are you showing us a picture of King Tutankhamun? Well, remember when I said that you were going to learn not only how to plant garlic, but you were going to learn some African history as well? There is a relationship between King Tutankhamun, ancient Kemet. Can you say Kemet? Kemet is the name of the land that Europeans renamed Egypt. And if you were in my earlier mask making learn shop, we talked about how Europeans, when they colonize a place, one of the first things that they do is change the names of things. So the ancient Kemites called their land Kemet, and they called themselves Kemites, land of the blacks, okay, because they were African people. Well, in the 1920s, when King Tutankhamun's tomb was robbed and opened, um, guess what they found inside his tomb? Garlic. And it was well preserved garlic. Well, the question you might ask is, Mama Hanifa, why was garlic found in King Tutankhamun's tomb? The reason being is because our ancient ancestors understood thousands and thousands of years ago the medicinal properties, the health benefits of garlic. And often, when pharaohs and kings and queens were entombed or interred, buried, they would place things in their tombs that they thought would be needed for the afterlife for the afterlife. And because they understood the medicinal properties of garlic, they probably included it in King Tutankhamun's tomb in case he might have gotten ill in the afterlife. He would have that garlic to take to help him to get better. Okay, so King Tutankhamun lived over 3,000 years ago, and he was the youngest king of ancient Kemet. He came to the throne at the young age of 18, and he died, I think, at age 19. And people really don't know how he died, but he died at, there are some theories, but we know that he died at a very young age. Garlic, as I already said, is one of the oldest cultivated plants in the world. It's been cultivated for over 5,000 years. Garlic also was considered in ancient Kemet as something that was sacred. So it was not just used for medicinal purposes, but it's also used as a culinary ingredient. Culinary meaning cooking, eating. So we also cook with garlic. You probably cook with garlic in your household, okay? But garlic was also used in special rites and rituals. Um, Garlic was used when the ancient Kemites would speak sacred oaths. They would also incorporate garlic. So these are some of the ways that our ancient ancestors utilized garlic as a sacred implement, as a culinary ingredient, and also as medicine. Garlic was found in two ancient uh, books. One was the Book of Coming Forth by Day. We also know that book to be called the Book of the Dead, but that's not what our ancestors called it. Okay, they called it the Book of Coming Forth by Day. There were specific medical prescriptions for using garlic. And also in the Ebers Papyrus, there were prescriptions used by the ancient Kemites that were garlic or garlic based. Garlic is a plant in the Alaceae family. Can you say Alaceae? So the garlic is a cousin, a relative of onions, and also an onion like um, vegetable that we call scallions. Now we're going to we're going to plant our 1 clove of garlic. And garlic, when you plant it, it's planted in October. So we've actually planted our garlic for the season. Our garlic was planted last Saturday. So we've planted our garlic for the season. It's planted in October and it hibernates over the winter. And then in the spring, you begin to see the little green shoots come up, and garlic is harvested in July. There are two types of garlic. There is hardneck garlic, of which this is a variety, two varieties of garlic. So this is a hardneck variety of garlic. And with the hardneck variety of garlic, you get a long stem. And at the end of that stem, there is a flower that curls over. And that flower is called a scape. And it's also delicious. You can eat the scape. When the scape curls over, you know that your garlic is ready to be harvested. Well, with our little 1 clove of garlic, you won't actually get this, okay, because we're growing it inside. So you won't actually get this, but what you will get, and it's totally edible, you'll get this. Can you see that? You'll get this little green shoot and it's gonna grow maybe 5 or 6 inches. It'll look like that. And the reason there are so many is because that's a larger pot and it has 5 or 6 cloves in it. But when it gets this size, you can trim it down and use it just like you would use green onions. Okay? So that's what your garlic is going to look like. So I don't want anyone hoping that this is what you're going to get unless you put it in a bigger pot. Now, if you want to put it in a bigger pot and you have some space to plant it outside, and you can put some mulch over it to keep the soil from freezing, then you probably will get a clove. I'm sorry, a bulb. But if you're going to only have it growing inside in a nice sunny window, then again, this is what you'll get, and you can cut it off and chop it up, and you can use it in recipes the same way that you would normally use scapes. Oh, I'm sorry, green onions. Okay. It is, yes, Mama Allison, it is garlic planting time. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to take your soil and I want you to put your soil, I want you to put your soil in your planter. Fill it all the way up to the top, okay, but not running over, okay? Okay, you all see that? Okay, very important. You want to plant your clove with the pointed tip up. Okay, this is where, see, this is where the roots will grow. So you want to make sure that this is in the soil with a pointy tip up. Okay, and usually what I do is I take my finger, okay, and then drop it in. Can you see? See? Oops, don't want to get soil. Okay, and then cover it up nicely. Once you've made sure that the bulb is completely covered, then you want to water it really well. Got a little soil on my keyboard. Okay, then you want to water it really well. And again, you can either put it outside or you can put it, if you're going to grow it inside, you want to put it in a sunny window. You can also use you can also use a grow light if you have a grow light or a desk lamp. Because you want to make sure it gets at least 6 hours of light every day. And it will take, let's see, this is about, I think, about 3 weeks. Okay, this is about 3 weeks, maybe four, because I put this in the last week in September, I believe. Okay, and so it's going to grow slower because it's growing inside and the days are getting shorter. But again, this is what you are going to get. So, one thing about being a farmer, you have to be patient. Okay? You have to be patient. And if you're patient with your plants, they will reward you. So you can look at it every day. Make sure you water it, but you don't want to overwater it. And one of the ways I can determine whether or not my plant needs watering is if you put your finger, um, if you kind of put your finger in the soil and it feels dry, then you know it's time for you to give it some water, okay? But you might not need to water it every day, especially now that the days are getting cooler. It's not as hot. You might not need to water it every day, but you want to check it every day. So just kind of put your finger on the inside, put your finger down in the soil a little bit, and if it feels dry, then you want to give it some water. And also, you have the option. Oh, whoa, look at there. I didn't even see that. Wow, this might need a bigger pot. You see how the roots are growing out of the pot? Hadn't noticed that. But if you want to actually get a garlic bulb, if you have a larger pot, and you want to grow it outside, then what you would need to make sure that you do is get some, we use straw. We take straw and cover the raised bed, and that helps again to insulate the soil so that the soil doesn't freeze and the garlic goes into just like a bear. It goes into hibernation, it goes to sleep. And nature is just so incredible, so awesome, so phenomenal that the garlic knows when it's time to wake up. And so in March, you begin to see a little green coming up through the straw. And that's letting you know that the garlic is awake and it's growing. And in July, again, you will see the long stalk and it will begin to curl. And once that scape curls over, you know that it's time to harvest your garlic. And hopefully, you'll get beautiful garlic cloves, I'm sorry, garlic bulbs that look like this. And they are so delicious. But I haven't talked to you. I got so excited about the history and planting. I haven't told you about the medicinal properties of garlic. Garlic is such a wonderful herb. Garlic is an antibacterial, so it helps to fight the bad bacteria that might be in our bodies. It's an antifungal, so it helps to keep fungus at bay. It's also good for your respiratory system. Garlic has been used for bronchitis as well as asthma. It helps to open up those passageways because if you've ever eaten raw garlic, you know that it has a very pungent odor as well as taste, and it helps to open up those bronchial passages. And it also is an expectorant. It helps you to cough up mucus that might be trapped within your bronchial passageways. Okay, so garlic has many, many medicinal properties. It's good for us to eat, to incorporate in our recipes. Things like I use garlic in my soups. I use garlic in my pasta sauces. Garlic is excellent, food warriors, when we make our pestos right around this time of the year. We would be making spinach and garlic pesto. So garlic is just wonderful. You can even roast garlic. Garlic is just wonderful in so many recipes. So if you haven't tried cooking with garlic, when we have our cooking demonstrations, and I hope that you're going to be a part of that because I hope you are going to join our Food Warriors program, then you'll get an opportunity to experience wonderful, wonderful, what I like to call great garlic. Great garlic. Okay, so oh no, we don't peel the garlic. Good question. Thank you, Mama Erin. No, leave the papery outer covering on the garlic. You don't have to peel it. Okay? Excellent. Thank you, Mama Allison. Yes, garlic is also has also been known to help with to regulate not only blood pressure but also your cholesterol. Okay. Excellent. Thank you. Oh, okay. Well, I see what Mama Allison is saying that your plants from Pittsburgh does not give indoor options. Well, again, if you're going to grow it indoors, this is what you're going to get. You're not going to get a bowl, okay? You're going to get this, and again you can cut the green stalks and use them as the same way that you would use green onions. You would use scallions, but you won't get a bulb. So this one has been growing again maybe 3 or 4 weeks. You can cook with the green ones. Are there any other questions? Oh, and also in our we actually have an entire unit on garlic in our Food Warriors program. Does anybody recognize this person? This is Imhotep. Can we say Imhotep? And Imhotep is the world's first recorded multi genius, not just a genius, but multi genius. This is the step pyramid in ancient Kemet, of which he designed. And sometimes we hear things and we are told that these these quotes or these adages come from one source, and then lo and behold we find out that that was woefully untrue or it was a lie. And much of what our ancient ancestors in Kemet have taught us has been plagiarized the and has been given the praise to someone else, such is the case of Imhotep. There is a saying, let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. Well, we have often been told that that quote originated from Hippocrates, but it was actually our ancestor Imhotep who gave us that quote. Okay. So these are some of the things that we learn in our Food Warriors program. And again, I hope that you are so inclined to join us in our journey of cooking, of growing, of learning. And thank you all so much for joining. If there are any other questions, we've got a few minutes so we can entertain some questions. Oh, Baba Baxter, you had an earlier question. I'm sorry, did I miss it? Let's see if I can go back to it. Baba Baxter. Oh, okay. What is the purpose of the skin? Um, I'm not sure if it has any specific purpose other than protecting the garlic, because if you take this papery covering off, then the garlic will have a tendency to mold. But that's a good question. And I don't have a specific answer. That's just my thought, but I will research it, Baba Baxter. Thank you for that. And if anyone can chime in, please do. One of the activities that goes along with this garlic planting unit is the children make these beautiful headdresses that um, represent King Tutankhamun, and they get to take them home. So again, Thank you all for participating. I hope you've learned something. I've enjoyed being with you all and looking forward to engaging um, in person, virtually during our Food Warriors program. And the other thing is, if parents are interested in learn shops for parents, particularly making salves, making tinctures. I also do canning. Let me know, and we can also incorporate that in our Saturday workshops. Thank you much. Bye bye. Thank you, Mama Erin and Princess, for being here. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mama Naomi. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, to protect the bulb inside. Peace out, Baba.